Simmerrei here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you watched my Survivor series, then you probably know why I'm making this build, but if not, then just enjoy the build. But before, it looked kind of plain and boring, but it had amazing views, so I really wanted to renovate this gym. But we're actually going to be doing a complete rebuild, so I'm starting off by bulldozing the whole lot, plopping down a pool and the main entrance just so I can map out the area. And I wanted to make the pool area as bright as possible just so it looks refreshing, and most pools that I've been to kind of have that blue and white color theme going on. And I'm covering the whole pool room with a bunch of windows because that was one of the main things I liked from the original gym, is that it had a lot of windows so you could really see that amazing view, especially at night. It was so beautiful. Removing the grass, I wanted it to blend in with the city and just be kind of like a concrete floor. Now we are moving on to my main vision for this fitness center, and that is upstairs. I wanted to have a gallery view to the pool. It's inspired by real life fitness centers that I've seen either online or that I've been to. Cardio room looking down onto the pool. I ended up just using a glass fence, gives you a full view of the pool. Another thing I wanted to add to the pool was some kind of dividers or those floaty balls that you usually see in public pools. Obviously we didn't have anything like that. Initially I was going to use just fruit or those kind of objects, but then I remembered that dog balls float in the pool, so I did a little test line, and look how they bounce in the pool. It just looks so real and it just brings the pool to life. And even when the Sims are swimming, it kind of just looks like they are swimming through the lines. So then I brought over my dog to test if they would steal the balls, and I completely forgot my dog is afraid of water. Excuse me, why are you screaming at my dog? Don't you hate when random Sims do that? No, we are going to beat her up. Oh my god, is she fighting with the garlic braid? Oh, she is. Oh my god, that's amazing. Anyways, focus. I got a new dog. And I was swimming around for a while and no balls were stolen, and it shows gray, so Sims won't be randomly taking the balls because it doesn't belong to them unless they're kleptomaniacs. So for the most part they should stay in your pool. But then later on, when I was doing some more playtesting, one ball did end up on the outside of the pool, so I guess dog did take it. In those cases you can just quickly put it back. But if you don't bring dogs to the lot, you won't have that problem. So to make sure they are straight, I pulled a random fence from the debug menu, and the pool is divided in 4 even parts. And now we're moving on to building the front entrance. Initially I started by creating a reception area that I did for another gym. I put kind of like little book looking things to kind of look like the member cards or something like that. But since this is a very modern, newly renovated fitness center, I didn't think that was suitable because everything would probably be digitalized. So I ended up removing those later on, but I found these parking thingies from City Living, and I wanted to put them down to look like that's where the members scan their membership cards once they enter the gym. I put them on the counter so it looks like it's just, you know, a part of the counter instead of freestanding. Ended up moving the membership scanner to where you would enter the gym instead of on the reception desk. And I love how this counter looks with the glass fence. It kind of looks like it's a part of the counter, the little glass panel. And as I was doing my playtesting, some stupid kleptomaniac already stole one towel. Hate that so much. I don't spend hours building lots so that random kleptomaniac NPCs can steal all the stuff. I thought, screw the vending machines, I am just going to completely enclose the reception area. And since I was building this gym for quite a few months, just on and off, I did end up buying the fitness pack at this point, so I put all these protein powders in the back, so because you know gyms usually sell those. Because there is a poster of the energy drink, I thought it would be cool to kind of pretend like this gym is maybe sponsored by that energy drink, so I pulled the actual energy drinks from the debug menu, put them there kind of like a sponsored display. So then I'm moving on to the actual gym and putting down typical workout equipment, nothing special there. And here I thought it would be a fun idea to create free weights section. Obviously it's not functional, but there are some custom content creators who have created gym equipment, but obviously I didn't want to use any CC in this build. So instead I'm using some lights and a debug pencil, I think, to create dumbbells, downsize the lamps to create various sizes, and just repeat that a million times until we have a rack of free weights. And I changed the whole floor to look like padded floor, and I also used this ottoman to create kind of like a fitness bench looking things, which honestly this whole whole area is a waste of space because it's not functional, but I thought it would be like something more unique rather than your typical gyms. Putting down a basketball hoop, I want there to be as many skills as possible, and just add some more windows because I didn't want to lose that amazing view. Downstairs is where the changing room, showers, and all of that is going to be. And at first I had these very tacky looking pink and blue tiles, but in the end I ended up changing it to a very neutral color for both of them, so don't mind this right now. But I did want to keep the hot pink and blue sinks and toilets from the original gym because I thought that was a cool touch. And then the hallway leading to the bathrooms, I have little signs pointing to the direction on the wall. And throughout this build I actually changed the main gym area quite a few times, but I added an indent to the wall on this side just so it's not so blocky looking. And I added this lifeguard station, obviously not functional but just there for fun. And now we're moving up to the top area, which is the cardio section of the gym that is overlooking the pool, the yoga posters leading to the yoga room, and fitness posters leading up to the stairway to indicate, yeah, the cardio room is this way. And then I'm also creating a yoga studio. If you look at this build, the bottom area is kind of like very black and red, kind of like this bro environment, but the top area is more neutral and more like feminine because men lift weights, women do cardio. Obviously that's not what it always is, but that's just the stereotype kind of thing. I wanted the yoga studio to obviously be very relaxing, and I ended up finding the yoga instructor mat, so the yoga instructor will actually spawn, so that's pretty cool. And instead of the plant wall, I'm using just the bamboo trees, and then on the sides I just wanted to put little racks of towels, and I'm also placing down these meditation seats. Obviously won't be functional unless you pull them out, but they're kind of there for decoration because I wanted it to look like there's some yoga and Pilates equipment kind of just stored away. Also using the pet balls to create these medicine ball or exercise ball looking balls, also just stored away at the corners of the room. And then I thought I would add vending machines up here because you usually see kind of like healthy food, maybe protein bar vending machines at gyms or sports drinks. And I wanted to put on the wall something that looked like the yoga class schedule, but I couldn't find anything that looked good enough, so I just ended up pulling this from City Living from the debug menu that kind of looks like an information board for yoga classes maybe. And that's what it looks like at night. I absolutely love it. You can see the view of the city and the pool. So now I'm just adding some finishing touches, and I wanted to make the outside look very modern, so I used these wood panels all along one side of the building, and I used platforms as roofs, but didn't like how the wood panels ended at the same level as the roof, but I couldn't go any further because, you know, the lot borders, it didn't match what I had envisioned. So then I ended up reducing the whole gym by one tile, and this is what we ended up with, just what I wanted for the platforms to kind of overhang the building. And inside everything still looks the same, as just one tile smaller all around. And I also moved the free weight section to the side of the gym just so it's not right smack in the center, wasting so much space because it's not functional. And also moved the lifeguard station more to the side so it's not showing through the window from inside. So now we're decorating the exterior a bit more, adding some fountains and doing very monotone colors for the exterior walls. And lastly, putting up a gym sign, and I ended up using this one and put a fence behind it so it kind of look like it's a neon sign, because they obviously usually have those kind of things behind them to hold them up. And in the middle I just put some more exercise equipment so it's not looking so empty in the middle. And I ended up changing those ottomans to these red ones because the swatch was really light and it was almost becoming the focus because it was popping out so much against the dark tones of the gym. So I'm just doing some minor changes, adding some more light. And here for the very top of the roof I wanted to do this design of, what would you call it, crisscross roofs, but it just gives it a more dimensional design to the whole building. It's not just blocky. And the bottom I just changed, like I said, to be more neutral and moved the stairs to the other side, so now the sign that leads to the changing rooms is on the other side. I put up this rock climbing wall, sized it down because it is so huge and it's still functional. It looks a little bit buggy because it's much smaller, so if that bothers you, obviously you can delete it, but it doesn't bother me and it's functional, so that's great. And your Sims can get pretty much every single fitness related skill in this fitness center. And that concludes the build. As always, you can download it from the Sims 4 gallery if you search for Raniella818 or hashtag simmerrei. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you want to see more, then please subscribe and like this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!